Welcome to kcheebplays, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Let's get started. Over lunch with Uliov, Ludmila was beyond excited. Uli, she said. Yes, she calls him Uli. Kalinka finally agreed to look at my plans. My plans. I can't believe it's going to happen. A flurry of questions ensued. When do you think we can get started? Can I manage the project? Do I get to pick out the facades? Uliov, trying to remember how he had reacted when he'd first met Kalinka, asked her to slow down. She's just considering your project. I don't want to burst your bubble, but there's no way to answer these questions. Please, love, be patient, Uliov said. Ludmila slumped back in her chair and began tracing her fork around her plate, a sullen look on her face. Christoph knocked as he walked into Kalinka's office and closed the door. He seems fond of this new management style. Kalinka looked up from a stack of papers and said, I'm sorry, Christoph, but I'm far too busy to take a break for lunch. Ludmila dropped off a set of plans and I'm trying to make economic sense of them. It's a romantic idea, but we're not in that business, are we, Christoph? He responded, no, but I would be interested in hearing about it over a bottle of wine. He immediately knew he could not have those words back and braced for the reprimand. Christoph, Kalinka almost shouted. We agreed to keep work at work and, well, not work, not at work? She was agitated and a little embarrassed by her choice of words. Christoph apologized and promised to do better. Kalinka, if you can spare a moment, we need to discuss a couple of things you might find interesting and likely annoying. I'm sorry. By all means, was Kalinka's response. Christoph began. It seems Uliov is making rather large decisions without keeping us in the loop. He and Clarence built the remaining helicopter infrastructure and started using it to kickstart the new complex. Kalinka responded, damn it, I do remember him mentioning the situation to me. I told him to make his best judgment, and given how long it took to build Kiamnov, timelines are at the front of his brain. My turn to apologize to you. I'm sorry. With everything going on and Ludmila continually pestering me, it completely slipped my mind. I'll do better. Not to worry, Kalinka, Christoph said. I looked over the numbers and he did make the right call. I was more concerned about him not being upfront with information. That would be inexcusable, and I'm glad it's not the case. The second thing is a little closer to home, so to speak. Your helicopter infrastructure is not quite as state-of-the-art as we've boasted. Turns out there's no way to load cement, asphalt, electrical, nor mechanical components on the helicopters. Kalinka just stared at Christoph in blank disbelief. Christoph chuckled, wished he hadn't, and then said, I never imagined it would be helicopters that made you speechless. I don't know how many times you've teased me about my basic construction office, but it can deliver all the materials. In his head, he was screaming, Stop while you're alive, man. Agitated is a mild word to describe Kalinka's mood now. She pushed back her chair and rose from it. She asked Christoph if there was anything else to discuss. He wisely said no. He marched past him and muttered, Clarence and I need to have a chat. Seems I've done it to myself again. Hi, Cheeb here. Get to chat with Christoph and Kalinka within 2 days, and neither of them was very happy. So, at any rate, quite a situation that I've created for myself here. I'd like to rectify it, and it's going to take quite a bit of work to do that. It's probably going to be done in at least 2 stages and probably 3. What's going to be happening is we'll be squeezing a small warehouse in here. I think there's just enough room to make that happen. And then that'll allow our distribution office to pick up the materials here, electrical components and mechanical components, and then drop them off over there. Not great, but not the worst either. And given the amount of Actually, I think I'm going to pause this just so we don't lose too much time, or I don't lose too much time. Given the amount of materials that we're talking about, the trains will be able to keep this supplied, and then the trucks the same over here. This is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. See, there's not enough space to squeeze all of this stuff in, and my biggest mistake was actually using these without realizing that they in fact can't deal with cement nor asphalt. The factory connection is just for the basically the dry goods. You can see everything that it can grab. This is the stuff that's available, and these are the other things. Basically, all the dry goods. So basically, what I need to do, not basically, this is what I need to do. This asphalt plant needs to be moved up over here so that I can make space to move the asphalt plant over here. See, the problem with this is this asphalt plant isn't compatible with helicopters. I couldn't figure out a way in some tests that I did to make it cooperate. And even in the position it is, the most I'd even have been able to get to it was one pad, which really isn't enough. When you need asphalt, you're landing 3 helicopters and they're loading up and going. So figure I may as well go full bore on this one, make it happen. So that's going to be a lot of the shuffle that's going on. Taking some roads out, disrupting some of the construction, and then trying to rebuild as quickly as I can. So first things first, we'll probably have to shut off the, well, actually, that's not necessarily the case. We can keep these guys going for a bit. I can mess around over here and get this organized, and then go from there. So do this, pause, get it planned out, and then get stuff constructed as quickly as I can. So gonna have to remove roads. Or a road at any rate. I believe I gotta take this one out and get back to right there. Find myself the handy little warehouse. Oh, crash. I'm back. That was rather inconvenient. At any rate, picking up where I left off, we'll get this road dealt with. Hopefully we're not going to experience the same thing that happened last time I tried to do this. Yeah, I think that's enough there. Grab the little rural storage. If I do this right, it just barely fits. But I don't want to make that road. Just got to make sure I got this nicely lined up. As short as I can make it. There's enough space to get the road sort of wound around there. This will fit. Actually, I'm going to take this road back a little bit so I can angle this like this. Not going to hurt to create an angle there for the drop off, and then this can come straight in there. It's really only going to be used for construction, and then we'll jog back over here. So I think we're pretty much good to get this construction started. We'll upgrade that to gravel just to keep it good to go, or consistent with the rest of the roads around here. We'll get this stuff started, let it run, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what's going to happen over here. Yeah. So probably not a bad idea while this is getting built to have a look at planning this out. Probably end up building some temporary roads. Might have to go up and around and down and around and all that kind of weirdness. Get the small refinery set up, get an idea of how much space I'm going to need. Now, I want the input to be on the right-hand side as you're looking at it, and then the two outputs over here so that I can run the pipes underground up to the storages, and then from over here I can run pipe above ground and connect in on this side. So I think I should be able to line that up and make it look decent. And it's probably even going to be in range of the bus stop, which is important as well. So, okay, looks like that'll work. Cooperate anyways. This is taken out and see if we can get it to fit. Some gymnastics here, but it's all good. Get it a little further back, even. Probably not a bad thing right there. We'll give that a try. Okay, looks like it's going to cooperate. Okay. That looks bad. We can do better, right? That looks less bad. Okay, almost like I meant it. Come in here, and again, this is the sort of the key. Once I get this built and wired in and everything cooperating, then we should be able to get the rest of it all to fall into place. So that would be nice to get that sorted out. See how we're doing here. Well, they decided to do the top end one first. Of course, that's the one I didn't want built first, but it is what it is. Okay. Get them. Yeah, we picked it up. Get them to pick it up. How's that? Yeah, we kind of need our construction, our road, ground construction offices running on this as quickly as we can, because yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a like I said, juggling act to get everything all wired in correctly and working the way we want it to. It's going to be a bit for sure before that happens. So, and I don't really want to shut this down unless I really absolutely have to, especially with the helicopter still running. Once I take this one out, they'll definitely be less used, because the excuse me, the gravel is probably one of the things they're delivering the most right at this point. So we cut that out. It's just going to basically be the steel and some of the other materials. And like I said, running ourselves out is not really an option. Things will grind to a halt. It wouldn't be the end of the world to have to import, but I really would prefer not to if I don't have to. So I'd like to get this up. Got all the gravel, just need a few workers. And this is all nice, reasonable proximity. So, excuse me, should be able to get most of this construction done in a reasonable time, even with all the snow on the ground. All right. I'm not sure what an opportune time is to get rid of the gravel for the wow. They're fairly busy. Imagine they'll be dropping off in busyness once I shut it down. It should be shortly. Already got an army of trucks coming over to the refinery, so that's good. And there is definitely going to be a point in time where we don't have two refineries running, so I not fooling myself that that's not going to be a little bit nail biting, but shouldn't, like I said, be the end of the world. Needs be, we can always import fuel to cover the interim. Waiting for construction. Oh, looks like we may have a heating problem again. I'm going to quickly go check on that. This is the other thing I need to sort out. Yeah, there's only 2 workers there. Or 2 engineers there. I don't know what an option for that is. I mean, I could try to run a road straight down and make the trip shorter. I don't know how much shorter it is. It's a fair amount shorter, but I don't know if that's the best solution or if implementing Ulyov's ski trip solution would be in order or not. Certainly a possibility, but putting the cableway down there is likely going to give us some better results. While I'm over here, I'll have a quick look and see how far we've got to go. Oh, only 50,000 work days now. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Well, yeah, they picked those up, so that's getting built. A direct route over there. Probably close to time to pull in the plug on this one and getting our concrete plant hooked up to the helicopters. That one filled up pretty quick. This one, yeah, he doesn't fill up that fast. Try not to do the trick of sending him home, but if somebody lands here again, I'll probably just pause it and send them home. I get anxious, want to get things done and dealt with, so. Yeah, they've got all the groundwork stuff there now, so can't see it taking too long. Gonna have to start getting prepared for the shutdown. Okay. Where are we at? Close. But no one else has come to land. Oh, and I was going to say, I'm not going to lie, giving yourself crap is really a little bit weird, but at least it's done through the third party, so to speak. A little bit weird, but hope you're enjoying the little stories. I'm having fun writing them, much more fun than I thought I would have, but it's kind of interesting to find something that's fun to do. Oh yeah, and of course, yeah, I think it's time to just bite the bullet and send them home. I don't want to wait forever for this, so pause this and we'll take the plunge. And I'm pretty sure the people are going to be able to walk down and around here. because I have to take this path right out. So that's it's not great, but it is what it is. Whoever's coming to work here, get here, and then I'll grab the correct 3-piece teleport platform, and I gotta try to give myself as much space as I can. Vertically wise. Vertically wise. So I build that there, then my plan, and I don't know if it's going to work out or not, is to take 3x and have it somewhere in this area here. I have to get the footpath through there though. In this area here, that possibly give me access to the other output here once this asphalt plant is gone, so I can go around this heliport. The other option is to try to put it in this way, which is another one, but again, we're looking at roads and space and all that kind of stuff. So once we get a little bit of a clear area here, I'll make the final call on that one. But for now, that's kind of where I'm headed. And we'll get the road in here. Oops, not the runway, the road. So that we can start construction on this. And we should start construction on this. And going to put 2 workers there. Got a bus coming. We can see if the workers actually make it over there on the road. If they do, maybe I won't put the footpath in. They're definitely coming this direction, so it looks like they want to come and work over here. Whether they do or not is another story. Oh, they're all going to work here. Yeah, that's not what I want. Not what I want at all. And there's still 2 out of the 2 in there. Maybe that's why the cement was so slow to come. I only had 2 people working there. Oh, that's funny. The things you find when you look at the details. Okay. Well, I'm going to plan this footpath. See, because it should be a shorter walk for them at any rate. But if we're still getting workers, I don't know, it's almost a no harm, no foul not to. I mean, if space is my issue over here, maybe wise not to have that, extra space above, because basically what I ended up having to do was to get this through here. It's gonna take up a little bit more, a little bit of space, and then when I go to put the other pad in, looking at that space, I mean, it'll certainly fit, and maybe it's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, just do it. You planned it, do it. Yeah, they're getting workers. Oh man. It is what it is. It's pretty straight, I would say. similar angle. Okay, how are we coming along here now? Okay, into the next stage. Got bricks, board, steel, mechanical components. Moving along. Fuel. Yeah, you can see all our helicopters are you know, and now that I'm so worried about fuel, it's probably not a bad idea just to shut the helicopter down. Don't pick up any jobs. Don't get them to do anything. Once I decide that we're going to be turning off this refinery. Yeah, probably safer. I think I'll go with that. Everyone's working. Groundwork's going. Lots of people on the site. I don't know if Uliki's interested or not, but this is my setup. It works. I'm very intrigued. I'm probably going to set my next one up similar to the way you've done it and try the micromanagement routine with footpath office and the buses. I have tried buses before, but I ended up having 20 buses sitting there waiting to drop people off while they're trying to get materials in and no materials on the site. So probably my own, I'm not sure I'm going to say stupidity, but lack of experience maybe in looking, in how to use them and how to assign them and when to assign them, because I found that fascinating, his series, how he goes through the whole routine of, groundworks, no people, just get the vehicles to the site and get the materials delivered and then bring the people in. So yeah, very different. I just kind of let the game run its course and do its thing, and each of the construction offices have buses in them. So when that gets assigned, and typically the way I do it, I've got this hotkeyed. I've got all of them in there, so when I assign, they're all assigned. It's kind of a KISS rule for me, I guess. Doesn't take a whole bunch of effort for me to just point and shoot and it's done. Okay, we're definitely getting there. That should be our 37 tons of bricks. And then the last phase is just steel and mechanical components. Concrete coming from next door. Yeah, let's see. Basically going up. It was down around 75 when I looked last time, and without the helicopters making use of the fuel, there's nothing for them to do, and all of the jobs that they've got assigned to them, all the materials that they have access to have been delivered. So yeah, I think it's probably best that I don't build that final connection there until I've got both refineries back in business. Once we do the swap over. And I think you're probably tired of listening to me try to fill air, so I'm going to do a little bit of a time lapse until we get to the point where we can start building the next little piece of it. So I'll do a little bit of a view here for construction and everything that's going on, and just let it run. Right, I'm back. I'm not sure how long that little break was, but we've got the refinery ready to get wired in, and I'm gonna have to do a little bit more construction. Turn this off for the time being. I'll do it that way. Actually, they can continue to process. I'll just take the input away. And then they can at least not waste the last of that while I get everything else set up to go. Kind of do it in stages, I suppose. So we'll remove this connection, and I'm going to have to take it all the way back. I don't have to take it all. Okay. Just take that out. And try to get as smooth a transition as I can. See where I'm coming from this side. You know what? I'm gonna go underground for this one. Should be able to build it from this side, the underground piece, and then the overground from that side, so should be okay. It's fine. Go back overground. Go up 3 and try to again make that smooth a transition as I can, and as straight as I can. And that's when you think you're being smooth, hey? Let me see. Fix one side, break the other. I'm gonna live with that. Get these two built. Try to run out of oil. Keep everything else working as long as I can. And I just realized that I'm thinking these guys are construction offices. Well, they don't have that much. Where's this? Okay, that's the only thing I've got left. That's the new farm, and looks like we have trucks going out to the field. I almost forgot all about this. Interesting that all but one are taking this route. Yeah. Everyone's rushing over to get it built. Oh, I know what I did. Couldn't change the angle on this end. It's got that. Oh well. Things. Right, put a dummy in because I only wanted 33. Actually, I can just limit this and well, I don't. Let's try this. See what numbers we get to. Count 30 tons, 15 tons. You moved the wrong one. 36 and 25. That seems like a reasonable number. So now get them. They're already going there. Pay attention. Need to go there. Drop off. Mechanical. There they go. Okay. Brain locked up for a second, but it came back. We gotten rid of close to half, not quite. Go in and do a bit of cleanup on this pipe because this plan might work. Do it in small bites so I don't get carried away. Served us well for almost 40 years. Oh, not quite. Probably closer to 25 years, 20 years, somewhere in that range. I think it was around 1980 when this area ended up getting built. I don't know if there's a way to tell that when the things were built. Suppose if I had a city office, it would tell me when this was created, but I don't know that I've built one here yet. It's on my list of things to do that hasn't gotten done. And yeah, we're starting to recover on our happiness, which means everybody's warm and cozy over in Kamnov. Shouldn't be that big a deal getting rid of this road either to make space. Should be able to squeeze one through over to the asphalt or even under and up to the asphalt. Make it work and then see what way I end up deciding to lay out these other two helicopter pads. So I'd really like to have threes. I've used ones before, but you just end up with a queue of helicopters burning fuel in the sky waiting for their turn when they decide that it's time to deliver a whole bunch of gravel or concrete or whatever it may be. Well, still playing the waiting game. Well, I think I'll run another little time lapse and see you on the other side. Right, I'm back, and looks like we've got this cleared out, and oil's flowing in here. We just need to hook up our outputs, and it should be good to go. So it's time to say goodbye to Warstock Small Refinery 2. We get to see about getting get it, sorry. Getting an asphalt plant in there. That's going to be the next trick. 'Cause this part I haven't locked, so we do have a fair amount, enough space for the vanilla version. Hoping. Oops, that'd be construction, right? I know the vanilla version on this side will allow that. And by that, I mean the connection for the helicopters. And we're just delivering from the fuel DO all the bitumen that we need, so don't need to worry about the connection there. Plus, I'm pretty sure I don't have an output from, or another output from here. Plus, it's not a high volume kind of a product, so let's get it placed and put in the right position this time so that we can connect it up. So really the only thing I'm particularly concerned about is access to the aggregate side for gravel. Tee that and see how that works. I can put this here. That will give me, should give me, could even go this way. Well, let's see how this is going to cooperate. Sorry, not talking again. I get focused on something and my brain is working, but I'm not really saying anything else. Yeah, I think this would work. I just need to reconfigure the foot paths slightly. Probably not going to be a bad thing. And then that leaves me plenty of space to get the other aggregate one in. It's just a matter of, do I have access to both of these, which I'm pretty sure I will have. Yeah, and I can reconfigure those right now, to be honest. And this stuff over here is all going away. Might even give me an opportunity to, excuse me, make this even look reasonable. But, yeah. Started on that. Kind of like that positioning. You saw me kind of fighting a little bit with, oh, I'm going to get people over here because I can't really squeeze anything. Sorry for the smoke. Can't really squeeze anything through. But if I come down here, now that I've reconfigured this, what's going to happen here? Yeah. Well, the other option would be to upgrade this to a paved road. connect it in there. Or we could go underground or above ground. I'm not a real fan of that. I don't think it's really necessary, or it shouldn't be necessary. Just the awkwardness of trying to get the right distance. Okay, well, I know I need to deal with this. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can there. Make it as straight as I can there. Cut down on the walking distance. Didn't like that. Okay. Check our landing pad. Yeah, that's gonna clear. Clear just fine. Connect this up, get it built, and then I can remove that other footpath. Going great guns on this. I'll need a little more steel. Groundworks. It's happening. That's got to be less than 400 meters if we go this route. The other option, like I said, I mean, don't really want to interrupt the heating plant. It is summer, so it's the right time to do that, but I don't know. I don't know. What if I move this? Already well into it for materials. It's all the cheap materials, but still. If I move this down, that might allow me to get a footpath across. I think I'm going to give that a shot, actually. So then I can... No. Talking myself into something that's probably not a good idea. Although, yeah. It doesn't matter, because this is going to go in the same spot regardless, right? Although... Yeah, no, that's going to work out well. Trying to think. And not hurt myself. There's no way this is going through anywhere in here. Don't know that I need this road connection now that I'm looking at it. This isn't a one-way in out, is it? No, it isn't. This is for the train anyways. And we've got a road connection. Silly boy. Oh, it was the connection for there. That's what it was. But I really don't need this piece. Let me see what I can do with that. Can I sneak one by now? That'd be nice. Well, what do you know? Even better. There you go. I think I ended up doing that just because I hate the look of these squared off roads. It just looks weird to me. Oh, I can just fake that. Leave that fake in there. Yeah, that works. Okay. Well, one little hurdle jumped over, and then we'll be able to find out if we have walking distance. I really can't see it not working, but I've been surprised by this game more than once. As I'm sure everyone that's played it has. Some of those even turn into aha moments, right? Okay. One down. Where are we at here? Still bringing steel. Stop making deliveries here too for bitumen. It's the worst asphalt plant. Just turn that off. Turn it off. The gravel, yeah. No big deal. 30 tons. Okay. Yeah, and they're automatically taking it, so it's definitely a shorter route for them. I think I ended up picking this one because I liked the fact that it had the footpath connections versus having to just run it straight to the road, which is what I'm going to end up having to do here. Or just letting them go here and then walk to the road. That shouldn't be too far for them to get to, I wouldn't think. So as close as I can get it to that edge. Or, you know, oh, there we go. Oh, I had it far too close. That's what it was. Get a gravel road in here for the time being. Suppose we don't really have to start building that right away. There's other things that are more important at this point for us to focus on at any rate. Getting more steel delivered. Getting the pipes built. I don't know if you noticed this one. I have no idea why when it was red, and as soon as I got around that corner, it went turned green and then snapped in. I just, I'll let a leaky comment on that. I'm sure he'd have an opinion on the game from that perspective. Right. Making progress. Looks like we got another crane being delivered. Steel dropped off, all the materials, a few people there. This thing built, and we can turn this thing off. And then we're just waiting for the underground lines. Well, this went, well, so far, I'm going to say it out loud, and I probably shouldn't, far smoother than I thought it was going to go. Thought I was going to get into a real jackpot with this, and I think I've just, well, yeah, I think I've just discovered one. Sometimes. Well, we'll see if we can squeeze by. I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it. I need to build feed for gravel, and with these and this, that, oh, yikes. This is going to be an issue. Yeah, a real issue. Did not test this. Okay, well, this has got to go away. Okay. Might be rebuilding some footpaths. I'm not sure. I don't know if I should use that one or if I should use the road. No, I don't want to take it as far away as I think if I've got footpath connection, I should be able to build this. Should I not? Can't remember for sure now. It's going to have to come this way regardless. If I have to replace it, I'll replace it. I just won't start building it right away. Just wanted to give myself an idea on how much space I had for that. Yeah. See, I have to come back that far. Shoot. Well, we'll be interrupting stuff. Shoot. How much space? That much. I said it out loud, didn't I? I said this is coming together so much better than I thought it was going to. Yeah. How do you? Think there's any way? I need all that space. I mean, it can go this way, but then I'm not sure. Well, might connect in this way. Might. I'm gonna have to leave it open because We don't have asphalt if we don't have gravel, so let me do a quick check here and see how much it needs. Yeah, 30 tons. I'm wondering if maybe I just truck it over. I mean, I'm trucking the bitumen over. It's not the end of the world. Don't know if this is my construction. Oh yeah, there's plenty of tasks left. I think I could do that. I mean, this is 30 tons. Am I talking myself into something? I think I am. Again, it's another one of those things where when you need the bitumen, you need the bitumen. And 30 tons, I mean, this guy can carry 40 tons of gravel, which makes me believe that he can carry 40 tons of bitumen. Having the connection is really, I mean, let me see here. See if I can suss this out. 145 per day. Only got a 15-ton storage of bitumen. That is not a lot. The gravel's not going to be the bottleneck. It'll be the bitumen. We're driving it over. Yeah, I think that's, I mean, I can certainly change it later if I need to. I've changed this, haven't I? I don't think there's a real option otherwise. Let me know in the comments. Oops. What you think of my decision. Controversial or not? Is there a controversy in this game? I don't know. There's so many different ways of doing things that it's nobody's right, nobody's wrong. You just do and get her done. Sorry for dragging out a little bit here. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see me do all of this stuff or not. Let me slip into another quick little time lapse. It's starting to get a little bit late here, and I really would like to get this last area done. So I'll let it go for a bit, and we'll see where we're at in the morning. There you go. All done. Reconfigured. Gotta do a little bit of setup. Helicopter construction area. Sign. Gravel. Asphalt. Concrete. And again, fully dealt with. And Copty is happy. Thanks everyone for sticking around for this one. A little bit long, few time lapses in between, but all good. Recovered from the mistake and didn't bring the Republic down, so that's good. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.